You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast. And this is show number 582 for Sunday, the 8th of February, 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. Are you nice and warm today, Michelle?
No.
Me neither.
Although I had to laugh the other day that it was warmer in England than it was in Orlando.
Oh, bless them. It's so funny watching all the vlogs and things, isn't it? I know we shouldn't laugh, but, you know.
I had a friend there over last weekend, and I got pictures of multi-levels of hoodies being worn. And I just thought, oh, it's a bit chilly there today. And yeah, this is what winter's like in the UK, guys, but worse.
I must admit, the one thing I did say to Sam said is maybe the Superdry store in Disney Springs will actually make some sales this week, because I can't figure out who goes to Superdry at Disney Springs to buy anything, because whenever I've been in there, it's full of coats and jumpers and hoodies and rainwear, but like thick quilted things. Who's buying it when you go to Orlando?
I've no idea.
So maybe they've made a killing. Maybe they've made a killing this week.
Probably so. Maybe that's their profit for the year, that when you have a cold day in Disney, everybody goes there.
And they just rake it in.
Yeah. I don't know, Jay. Anyway, we have got a podcast and a half for you this week, because we have got lots of things we wish to celebrate. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start, as usual, with On This Day in Disney History. And first, I would like to celebrate Jules Verne.
Ooh, okay.
Born on the 8th of February, 1828. And how do you know him? Well, Around the World in 80 Days, for me, is the classic. And I know quite not exactly the novel by Jules Verne, but I did particularly enjoy Michael Palin's Around the World in 80 Days. And I'm blaming Michael for my wanderlust. And I was incredibly lucky to have met the Monty Python god.
Wow.
And talk to him about my travel lust, and thank him for his amazing video TV series that he's done, and his books, because I bought a couple of them. Anyway, back to Jules Verne, slight digression. And the first incarnation of Space Mountain in Disneyland Paris was named Space Mountain de la Terre de la Lune, which is basically loosely built around Verne's novel From Earth to the Moon.
Yeah, I like that name for it. It was very romantic, wasn't it? Very French.
And French. Yeah. So I thought that was quite a nice little birthday that we could mention. And to be honest, it's my second favourite Space Mountain. I love the exterior theming with the really sort of steampunk-ish effects, if you know what I mean.
I have to say, it's not one I've ridden. Surprise, surprise. My memory of experiencing Space Mountain was, we were over in Disneyland Paris. I think Molly was too young to ride it. Simon and Ethan went on, and Simon's story is he remembers the launch at the beginning and thinking, oh my goodness, that's quite intense. It was Ethan's, probably one of his first big roller coasters, and Simon's story is that he kind of thought, well, I hope Ethan's okay, but there's very little I can do about it now. And the photo that we got off it was brilliant, because Simon's kind of looking all a bit like perturbed and scared, and Ethan's absolutely joyous on his face, loving every minute of it. So yeah, nice little memory from Space Mountain in DLP.
On this day in 1932, John Williams was born in Floral Park, New York.
Ah, the composer.
The musician to beat all musicians, because basically he has written classic musical scores for all the films in my life I have loved. And I'm not just talking about the Disney, the Star Wars, but but I'm talking about the non-Disney ones. Things such as Towering Inferno, da, 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 Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Yeah.
Home Alone, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone. It's just iconic. His list of credits is unbelievable, and he has received so far 52 Academy Award nominations.
Whoa.
That's some going.
Isn't it just? I mean, I'm going to say, I'll suspect if you're ever in a trivia contest and there's a question of like who wrote this score, John Williams is probably a pretty good guess if you don't know.
Yeah. Any quiz I'm going to do on a Disney cruise, my answer will be John Williams.
Exactly. Classic.
Just for funsies.
Just for funsies.
And then today is a celebratory day because Disney's second Anaheim park, Disney's California Adventure, opened 2001. 67 acres of fun.
Wow. I can't quite believe it's been open that long. I don't know why I feel like it's just opened. I don't know why.
It is something we will be talking about a little bit later on in the podcast. Let's just see what is still there from their opening day attractions. Animation Academy.
Yeah.
California Screaming. Well, that's now Incredicoaster.
Yeah.
There is what they used to call a walkthrough exhibit, Character Close-Up. No longer there.
Don't know that one.
Games of the Boardwalk. Still on Paradise Pier.
Okay.
Golden Zephyr.
Yeah.
Grizzly River Run.
Yeah.
Tough to Be a Bug.
Oh, no more.
Bye. Jumping Jellyfish.
Yeah.
King Triton's Carousel.
No.
Mulholland Madness. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Muppets 3D.
Oh.
Muppet Vision. Bye. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail.
Yeah, I think that's there, isn't it?
Soaring Over California.
Or whichever version they're currently in Coronation are there. Yeah.
Sorcerer's Workshop again. This is a walkthrough of exhibits in the animation building.
Yeah.
And then the bakery tour.
There's quite a few bits actually then, isn't there, that have survived? I'm quite surprised about that.
Yeah. And there's quite a lot that haven't. We will be back to DCA shortly in the show because I've got a little bit of a news roundup now because there's been quite a lot of things happening in the world of Disney. Cinderella Castle in the Magic Kingdom has begun its painting job, soon to be all spruced up.
Yeah, back to the OG colour scheme.
Yeah, not a Pepto-Bismol castle image in sight. They are beginning to prep for Flower and Garden because they have started on constructing the playground and the butterfly landing.
Oh, I loved that last year. I love walking through there.
Yeah, it was a real treat. I love it. Love it. Well, not the playground, but...
No, the butterfly bit, yeah.
Yeah. They are adding Australian animals into the affection section over at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Ah, yeah.
In Disneyland, the Fantasyland Theatre, work is underway to add the Bluey stage show.
They're going to make the most of that one, aren't they?
They're going to milk that cow till it's dry. Disney Fairy Tale Weddings and Honeymoons have now added an extra place you can tie the knot.
Ooh.
And this is at the Haunted Mansion Courtyard in Disneyland, which is available for reservations from July 2026, and you can have up to 25 guests to see you get married in the spookiest place in Disneyland.
I have a few friends I think that would suit rather well, actually.
Absolutely. And of course, unless you've been hiding under a rock, Josh D'Amaro is going to be replacing somebody.
Just somebody. Just anybody. Yeah.
Bye.
18th of March, isn't it? I think he officially takes over, but the somebody he's replacing is hanging around for a bit as a special advisor.
Well, I saw a nice little snippet. ABC did a chat with them both, a little bit of an interview.
Oh, I've not seen this.
And they said to them, I'll be still around if you need me to answer a phone call. So, yeah. He's going to be still around in a consultant type basis, and I'm sure there will be some remuneration of some sort going his way.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I've seen a few things about the packages that various people are getting, and it's just money numbers that you can't even imagine, isn't it?
I can't even figure out how to pay my next credit card bill. And if I had those kinds of zeros, I wouldn't have to.
Exactly.
So some more Disneyland news. Napa Rose has been undergoing a bit of a transformation, a bit of a glow up.
Oh, okay.
And they've invited a whole host of media to go and have a peek and try the cuisine.
Right.
Beautiful. It looks sensational inside, a nice refresh. But they've taken a page out of the book over from California Grill, and it's now going to be a fixed price experience.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, people, I imagine, were just going and not spending a great deal. It's not in Disney's financial best interest for somebody spending $30, $40 when they could be spending $150.
I don't know what you're implying, Michelle.
That Disney is a company that want to make profits.
Yeah, well, they are kind of really, aren't they? Unfortunately.
And, at the end of the day, here's my money. Go, take it, run. I have only eaten at Napa Rose once, and I had the chef's counter experience, and that was absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
So, what are you getting now for your money? Well, it's $188 plus tax and gratuity for their experience. Now, they did an experience for the press dinner, and they had canapes, and that involved lobster tamale with caviar, steak tartare on brioche. They had an amuse-bouche, which is their signature mushroom cappuccino.
Okay.
Then they gave out a first course, which was a fish dish with lobster toast and a lemon bubble. Their second course was an American Wagyu New York thinly sliced steak. Very nice. Then they had a pasta dish. Then you had the choice of an entree, and the choice was either a fish of the day or rack of lamb. And then there was a chocolate bar dessert. And then just before you went, there was a parting nibble. It's still under the directorship of Andrew Sutton, so you can expect the still continuation of the amazing elegance and the taste sensation that you would have expected from the past from Napa Rose. But if you're going to go, guys, let us know. Send us some pickies so we can live vicariously. I'm very excited because by the time this podcast is out in the wild, you can go and over and try it for yourself. So please get in touch. We want to know all about it.
Yeah, take one for the team, somebody.
Yeah, just we won't be able to pay you for it.
Oh, yeah.
So we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that it is a very special anniversary for Disney's California Adventure. It reaches the ripe old age of 25.
As old as you and I then, Michelle.
I think you're wearing your wonky glasses again there, Jayne.
I think I probably am. It's as old as we wish we were. As we feel, maybe.
Okay, I go with that. Now, I'm trying to rack my brain to work out when I last went to DCA.
Okay, I think you might have been there more in the more recent past than I have.
I went in the Christmas of 2024, and I went in the summer of 23. But both times I only went in Disneyland because I didn't want to pay the extra for a hopper.
Oh, okay.
Because it adds quite a bit of money on.
Yeah.
And at the time, there wasn't a great deal of new things open, particularly for the first visit I had back in 23, I think it was, before I did the Seattle, Alaska experience. And then when I went in 2024, it was my Christmas one day on Boxing Day.
Yes.
And I had one day in the park. Can you work out when you last was there, Jade?
Well, I've only been once, Michelle. And that was, are you ready for this?
Go on.
was all the way back in 2010.
Whoa. So it was only 9 years old.
Yeah. And looking at it over the last couple of days to kind of familiarise myself with the park, I have to say that the image that I got in my head and the layout of the park that I had in my head is completely wrong to the actual layout of the park. I have kind of surprised myself at how little I actually know about the DCA.
Okay, well, I've got a checklist and we can go through and see how many attractions Jayne's actually ridden there.
Okay.
And I think the angle I'm going to go down with this, Jayne, is maybe thinking about if you were a Walt Disney World person and you was going to go for one day, would you go and aim to ride this attraction, or is it virtually the same as it is in another park?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, actually, isn't it?
Okay, Golden Zephyr.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not very good on spinny things that are high up.
You see, I particularly enjoyed that attraction because it gives some really nice elevated views of the park.
Yeah, it's like Astro Orbit and things like that. I'm not, I'm a bit trepidatious when it comes to those type of things.
Okay, so that's going to link in with Silly Symphony Swings because it's basically the same type of thing. And I guess you're going to say no.
I'm going to say no.
Now, if you've never been to DCA, choose one of them to get that elevated appreciation. If you want to have a ride of terror and be absolutely screaming with fear, I would go with the swings because they are a little bit more unpredictable, and there's only this little tiny bar holding you in, and I always think I'm gonna go a little bit too fast and slide out of the seat.
Yeah, I mean there is a non-swinging version, isn't there? So perhaps
no,
not?
You're thinking of the Pixar Pal Around. This is basically your typical fairground attraction,
isn't it?
where you're in a swing.
It's going to have to be the Golden Zephyr for me then.
It's a little bit more secure.
Yeah.
Goofy Sky School.
Don't think so, no.
This is one of my favourite attractions. I literally cry with laughter on this. It is hysterical.
I have a question for you then, Michelle.
Okay.
Is this comparable to Barnstormer?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's different. It's more like your traditional cat and mouse type roller coaster.
Oh, okay.
Your little vehicle doesn't really stop for you, so you have to try and get yourself in it while it's still moving, which is hysterical. And it's classic because there's a lot of tight turns and sudden drops. And I love this, and it's a must do daytime and then night, because to see the park lit up is beautiful, and it's got that extra element of you can't see where you're dropping, so it gets a little bit more of a giggle.
Definitely. Right. Cool.
I insist, if you're going to DCA, you've got to do Goofy Sky School.
Cool.
Sometimes the lines can be a little bit long, but it's worth it. It's a bit of fun.
Well, that's changed my opinion, because I just assumed, I tried to look it up very briefly this afternoon, and I thought, oh, maybe it's just the same as or similar lines to Barnstormer. So that's quite interesting to know.
No. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which originally was Tower of Terror.
Well, you know my answer then, don't you?
You've got to go on it for the theming.
Yeah, I probably would, maybe, possibly, twist my arm.
Jayne.
Yes, Michelle.
Walk through the queue and go through the chicken door.
I know, I should do, really, yeah.
Because the queue is really good. And to be honest, the pre-show is quite good as well. It's so cleverly done. It's brilliant. And I think even if you have ridden Tower of Terror, this is one that you should ride, because it's not got the scary bit like the Tower of Terror has, but it's got the laugh out loud and the enjoyment, and the music, and it's just got that real fresh feeling about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Grizzly River Run.
It was there when we visited, but we didn't do it because we were there at the Easter and it was a tad chilly.
Okay. If you like getting incredibly wet, then I would go for it. It's a very similar ride vehicle as Cali River Rapids, but it's a slightly longer attraction.
Yes. Yeah.
And you do get a lot wetter.
Yeah, I think that was probably why when we were there we looked at it and decided against.
I've done it a few times, and every time I've come off absolutely soaked through. Incredicoaster, which obviously was California Screaming.
I didn't, obviously. Again, it's a roller coaster. We all know what Jayne's like when it comes to roller coasters. But I do remember Simon and I think Simon and Ethan would have done it actually, yeah.
And again, this is another one that you can go day and night and get a different feel. I'd say absolutely you've got to go on the Incredicoaster. Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind.
Obviously, it wasn't there when I was there. I'm presuming this is just a kind of a flat ride.
You sit in it, you spin around, you go up a bit, and then you get off.
Yeah.
It's nice. If you're on a time crunch, don't bother.
Yeah.
If you have time, have a go, enjoy. And the same really applies for Jessie's Critter Carousel, because that's basically a carousel with critters.
Yeah.
Nice theming, good for the kids, but you
nothing,
can pass it.
Yeah, nothing special, are they?
No, not really. Little Mermaid, virtually the same as Walt Disney World. It's a nice piece of aircon, a nice sit down. The queues never tend to be that ridiculous.
Yeah, see, back in 2010 when we were there, it was being built.
Oh. Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters.
Obviously no Cars Land when I was there in 2010.
I think this is one where you can get the appreciation of it and watch it and see what it's doing with the beautiful synchronization of the vehicles, and then get a different appreciation when you ride it.
Oh, okay.
But queues can be quite long for this attraction because obviously they have the little ride sink through, then it's time to load, unload, and that adds to timing.
Like any Teacups-esque type ride, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't force people to go on it. But if you can and the queue's not too long. But the next one, we mentioned Cars Land, and to me, my favourite is Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just so much better than Alien Swirling Saucers at DHS. It's just you get flung about a bit more, the theming's a bit more, the music's a bit more. I love it, and I always try and get a couple of rides in because I just love it. It's just a bit of fun. You can enjoy it. Next, we have Mickey's Full of Magic.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
The next one, sadly, neither me or you will be able to ride it ever again. Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Mike and Sully to the rescue. That was probably up there as one of my top favourite dark rides because it was such a lovely theme and different.
Yeah, I do remember riding it, and anybody that knows our Molly, she's a big Monsters Inc. fan, so precious memories taking moulds on that.
Yeah, and I like the fact that there is that randomisation with Roz at the end, and she might call you out. We have Pixar Swing Around, and you can either do swingy or non-swingy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
depends
of. Yeah.
how much you like the person you are with and how much you really want to vomit down your nasal cavity, because the swinging side it's scary.
I thought you were going to do what I've seen a few vloggers over the years do and not tell the people that they're with that it swings and then take them on and watch what happens. not necessarily always the best of ideas for the reasons that you've just cited, Michelle.
Yeah. But the queues are separate. You can go in the swinging or non-swinging. To be honest, I think if you're going to go for it, you go for it and go for the wheel of death.
Again, this is
You know.
probably. I mean, to be fair, it does play into the whole boardwalk sort of old school vibe, doesn't it? Those types of
Yeah.
rides, you know. So it does fit within that area.
Next one we have is Radiator Springs Racers.
Oh, I'd love to be able to ride this one.
It's so good. So good.
Mm.
You can't go to DCA without riding it. And whether you decide to go down the single rider queue or you wait in the main queue, it's your choice. Because it loads in groups of sixes, that single rider queue does get utilised quite quickly as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it would be on my list of looking at the park, looking what's there, looking what is comparable to other parks. It probably would be my number one aim to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we go to soaring, whether it's around the world, California, or soon to be USA.
Oh, of course, yes, it's changing in July. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, happy to do
I
soaring anytime.
If you've done it, there isn't that much of a difference. There
No,
is a slightly different set of theming in the queue, but yeah.
there we
Toy
go.
Story Midway Mania, if you've done Disney Worlds, you don't really need to do
No,
Disneyland's. The big difference is the Potato Head Barker character. You don't see him in the queue. You can actually stand in front of him as you're milling along the boardwalk.
of course, yes, forgot about that. Yeah.
Turtle Talk with Crush? Come on. I know it's at Epcot, but it is a fun thing to do because every time you ride it or experience it, it is different.
Yeah, and aircon.
Yeah,
And sit down, rest your feet.
absolutely. Spider-Man Adventure, Web
Mm.
Slingers. I've not
Mm.
ridden this myself, so I can't give any feedback at all. So out of all of those, the only one I have not done as yet is Web Slingers.
Yeah, I would be inclined to give it a go if we were fortunate enough to be out there. Like you say, I think there's that element of there's not an awful lot of things that jump out that you go, well, I can get that
Mm,
elsewhere. So I think if you're going to go, things like, for me, the Cars area and Avengers would be must do areas for me.
yeah. I'm I'm thinking about my next Disneyland trip
Mm.
and I'm sort of looking around all of these attractions and I'm still at the point of do I need to do a DCA day just to say I've done web slingers?
Well, yeah, because what's, like you say, Michelle, you've got to look at that um, cost value, haven't you, of how much it's going to cost you to put that hopper value onto your ticket and what's more important. I think a lot of people would probably agree that going into Disneyland itself, that spiritual home type vibe, is probably more important to us as Disney fans.
You see, what I'd be thinking about is I wouldn't do a hopper. I would probably do a DCA day.
Mm.
So is there enough meat for me to have a whole day at DCA and have the same experience to take that away from having another Disneyland day?
It's a toughie.
It is tough, especially when you add in the fact that at Disneyland Paris, they have Spider Man WEB Adventure, which is almost identical to the one
Very
at
true.
DCA.
Very true.
So if I can get my Spider Man fix over in Disneyland Paris, then do I need to have that day at DCA or can I just say, because to be honest, I'm going to be going at Christmas. I'm probably only going to have 2 park days. Do I want to do 2 Disneyland days or a Disneyland and DCA day? It's a tricky one.
Oh, I think I know where I would be leaning actually, Michelle.
I think we'd be both in Disneyland, wouldn't we?
I think we probably would. I think it's just the vibe and the atmosphere, the fact that it's the OG, it's kind of means more. And particularly at the time of year that you're going as well. Come on.
True. I know it's so difficult, but would the food offerings in DCA tempt me?
Well, to be fair though, Michelle, Disneyland as a whole, as we've said numerous times before, does have, if we talk about the whole resort, so DCA, Disneyland, and downtown, is much better choice, perhaps some would say, than what you're getting over in the old Disney World.
You see, I could go to Cathay Circle and have that amazing double cut pork chop.
Not cheap though, love.
I know. Just getting that with tax and tip, I'd be pushing it towards $80. I can buy a pork chop from the local butchers and cook it myself. I know that's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. I know that. And I do like the atmosphere at Cathay. I love the lovely pictures you're surrounded with and the nice little nods that you have to Snow White on the table and the elegance.
But again, that comes back to, is that enough to sway you to pay out for a DCA day and then pay on top for the dining experience?
If they had the biscuits back with the cheddar cheese jalapeno, those 7, then yes.
Oh, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I could also go to the Adorable Snowman and get one of their delicious frosted treats.
You could.
Because there's nothing better than on a warm day to have a non-dairy lemon snow cone. I just love the play on words, don't eat yellow snow. But they do a very tempting trio of raspberry, mango and lemon in a flight for $8.49. So you could get together with your chums and have a little bit of all three.
Well, you could. I mean, something that I noticed, Joe, just having a perusal over some of the menus, do you think that the cost of food in Disneyland is more expensive than what you can get over at Disney World?
No. I feel that, with the exception of Cathay, because that you can't compare that to Tony Town Square. You just can't.
No.
That is an elevated experience. But the quick serve tends to be a little bit more cheaper in price and varied. For example, over in the Avengers campus, you have got the Shawarma Palace, and you could get a chicken shawarma wrap with garlic hummus and veggies and tzatziki. That's $14.49. And I imagine something over in Walt Disney World might be a couple of dollars more.
Right, okay.
And I do think the snack game is elevated over there a lot more. And in DCA particular, you have such a broader range of food than you would have in the Magic Kingdom, because you can get Mexican, you can get Chinese-inspired food. There's a lot more variety.
Yeah. I must admit that was my overriding thought when I was scouring over the menus and things, was just simply the variety, and obviously we've had many conversations before, and it's something that you've always been at pains to highlight, and we know that the food game at Disneyland does seem to be a notch above Disney World, and whether that's because they're playing to the quote unquote it's the home crowd all the time, so therefore they've got to keep their game elevated or not, I don't know, but it would be nice to see some of that elevation coming over to the Floridian coast.
You see, the food is themed, but the food is good as well.
Yes.
And that's, going down to the cozy cones and getting a cozy cone with the chili, etc. It's incredibly well themed, but it's also tasty.
Good food as well, yeah.
Whereas I think there's more in Walt Disney World, particularly of the, look at this $7 wonderful, amazing cupcake. And it's a cupcake with half a ton of sugar on top.
Yeah, it's the classic, it photographs lovely for Instagram, but can be a bit of a letdown when you actually go to eat it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, we shall see. Anyway, I think we need to give a lot more love out to Disneyland Resort and talk a little bit more about it, because it's with us having, well, definitely I've got a trip planned, and I keep trying to work on Jayne to get herself a trip planned. I'm working on it, guys, honestly, behind the scenes. I'm persuading and hypnotizing her. I do think that if you've been to Walt Disney World numerous times, that you really should make a pilgrimage over to Disneyland and probably plan on spending a minimum of 3 days. You don't necessarily have to go the hopper route. You can do 2 Disneyland and 1 DCA day and have an amazing experience, because the nighttime spectacular world of colour, you've got that to enjoy. You've got all of the attractions, the food, the beverages as you are wandering around as well to consider. And if you're spending only 3 days there, you can then go off and maybe you might want to go to Universal in LA, or you might want to go to Knott's Berry Farm, or you might want to go and do the Walking Walt's actual footsteps and go homage to his grave, go to Tam O'Shanter, go to the LA Steamers and go and see Walt's Barn. There's so many things you can do without even adding in the typical tourist things, like going over to see the Hollywood sign, going up and down Hollywood Boulevard, looking at some of the designer boutiques. It's, guys, why aren't you booking an LA trip?
Yeah, I think this is my issue at the moment, is the as much as I'd love to go to Disneyland, it's what else do I do while I'm out there? And that's where I'm kind of struggling at the moment.
I can also highly recommend, if you want to have a bit of a sort of city break come Disneyland experience, and then drive up the coast to San Francisco, go through Yosemite, go and visit San Francisco, go and visit some places on the drive up. There's some amazing places to visit. Yosemite in itself is fantastic.
Food for thought, Michelle.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about sneaking in a Disney trip while visiting other places.
Well, if it's on your doorstep when you're there, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
It would be incredibly rude. Anyway, have you any plans to go to Disneyland? You want to ask any questions about the food, the attractions, about some of the tours that they offer over there? Let us know. info@disneydreamgirls.com, or message us over on Instagram @DisDreamGirls. But until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's bye from me.